Welcome back to another series of Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to overcome depression. I'm going to be telling you 4 simple ways to navigate through depression or emotional heaviness. Let's dive in. One of the ways to actually get over depression is to know the cause of that depression or emotional heaviness. Whenever you're depressed, it's not just enough to sit with that depression and wallow in self-pity. It is important that you actually get to realize what is the cause of that particular depression. This is the reason why it's actually important to discover what the cause of the depression is. It is because if you don't get to find out what the cause of that depression is, you are always going to be constantly depressed because of that particular thing. But once you actually find out what is making you to be depressed every now and then, it is going to help you to avoid that particular thing. If it is a friend, if it's an environment, if it's a particular social media handle, if it's a particular page that you're following, it is going to help you to actually avoid those things that is going to trigger that depression and make you sit back and begin to wallow in self-pity. So, sit down to find out what is actually causing this depression. If you think that lack of money is what is making you to be depressed every now and then sit down and find out what is it about money that is actually making you depressed. Money cannot just make anybody depressed. What is that particular thing about money that is making you depressed? Is it the fact that you don't have a job, a stable job? Is it that you actually make a lot of money, but one way or the other, you end up spending more than you earn? You end up spending in such a way that by the end of the day, you have nothing left for you. So if you sit down to discover that, okay, maybe it's because I spend recklessly that is making me not to always have money. And anytime you don't have money, it makes you depressed. You're going to regulate your spending habits. I get it. So that is one of the importance of trying to discover why you are depressed in the first place. Second thing to do to actually overcome depression is to stop comparing yourself with people. The honest truth is that 90% of the time that we get depressed is simply because we are comparing our behind the scenes with another person's timeline. You need to understand that everybody has their own uniqueness. You were not created by accident. You're not here without a purpose. Every single time you compare yourself with another person or you compare your progress with another person's progress, it's going to make you feel like you're not enough. It's going to make you doubt your abilities. It's going to make you see yourself as someone who lacks the ability to become all of the things you're saying. So instead of comparing yourself with others, invest that time in improving yourself, developing yourself, and pursuing your purpose. So stop comparing yourself with timelines that God did not create for you. The moment you stop comparing your life with other people's life, both in your career, both in your skill set, in every environment that you find yourself, the moment you stop comparing yourself with people, you see that the level of depression that you have every single day is going to fade away on its own. The third way to actually overcome depression is to get out of your head. Instead of staying in one place and wallowing in self-pity or beating up yourself or worrying about that particular thing that is making you depressed, get out of your head and look for a solution to that thing. The reason why you need to get out of your head and look for a solution is this. Staying in that place and mourning whatsoever thing it is that is making you depressed is never going to bring solution to that problem. You're going to agree with me that all the times that you have issues and you fall into depression and you just sit in one place and cry and think about it, it doesn't really change anything. Are you getting? I know that you might say it's easier said than done, but then all the time that you spend being depressed, you see that it doesn't end up in any productive way. So instead of just sitting there and mourning the pain of feeling depressed or that emotional heaviness, get out of your mind and look for a solution. If it is money that is making you depressed, get out of that place that you are and look for things to do to actually make you some money. If it's lack of sales or lack of customers in your business that is making you depressed, it's a very normal thing. Instead of sitting in a place and crying over not having clients or not making sales, get out of that place and look for ways to actually bring in more sales and attract more customers to your business. It's not going to be easy, but that is actually what you have to do to get moving. And by doing that, you see that the depression is going to naturally fizzle. The fourth way to overcome depression is by talking to someone. Whenever you talk to someone about a particular thing that's bothering you, it reduces the burden. it makes your heart to become lighter. It could be a friend, it could be your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, anybody at all that you can comfortably talk to about what is bothering you. Let them know about it. In that moment that you're trying to talk to them about it, it helps to relieve you. It helps to make the whole burden to lighten up. And sometimes they might end up giving you a piece of advice or instructions that might be the solution to that problem that is making you depressed. That is the reason why you need to talk to people. You notice that even aside from the times you're depressed, every time that you talk to somebody about your problem, you feel very relieved after talking to somebody. So that is just it when it comes to depression. Look for someone that you feel comfortable talking to and talk to them about whatsoever it is that is bothering you. But in a situation where you're someone that doesn't really like talking to people about your personal problem, then I advise you use ChatGPT. I do this a lot of times and it actually works perfectly for me. So here's what you're going to do. When you go to your Chrome browser or any kind of browser you're using at all, or you can even get the app from the Play Store, open ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT, hello, can you be my therapist? It's going to reply you. Once it replies you, what you're going to do is to type every emotion that you're feeling, every single thing that you feel, from what is making you depressed to how it is making you feel, whether it's making you feel like a failure, it's making you feel whatsoever thing that you're feeling. Just type it like that and send. ChatGPT is going to give you a therapeutic advice, every single thing you need. Just communicate with it as if you are talking to a normal human being. It is going to give you mind-blowing advice. So by the end of the day, you are going to notice that you feel more relief than you have ever been. Sometimes talking to ChatGPT about this kind of stuff can really, really relieve you more than it does when you talk to a real human being. Because some human beings, when you talk to them about what is bothering you, they end up criticizing you. They end up making you feel stupid for even having feelings in the first place. Meanwhile, it's not supposed to be like that. But with ChatGPT, it is going to sit with you, sit with that emotions, allow you to vent all your frustrations and all of that. So try any of these methods and you see that you're going to overcome depression bit by bit, one step at a time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with a sister out there who might just need to see this video. See you in my next video.